Imagine drilling deep beneath Oak Island for years, and suddenly the machines hit something that shouldn't be there. After 13 long seasons of searching, thousands of drilling attempts, and more than 200 years of unanswered questions, the team may have finally encountered something that doesn't fit any previous explanation. In Season 13, Episode 25 of The Curse of Oak Island, the crew drilling deep into the legendary money pit suddenly struck an object that left everyone confused. It wasn't the usual layers of wood from old shafts, and it definitely wasn't natural rock. It was metal, buried deep underground. And the reaction from the team was immediate. When the underground scan results appeared, they didn't show random fragments or scattered debris. Instead, the image revealed something far more intriguing: straight lines, defined edges, and a shape that looked intentional, almost engineered. Whatever it was, it didn't look like something nature created on its own. For years, every promising discovery eventually led to disappointment. Each new clue raised hopes, only to fade away into another dead end. But this moment felt different. Rick Lagina didn't say a word. Marty Lagina simply stared at the data in silence. Both men appeared to realize the same unsettling possibility at the same time. This might not be another small clue. This could be the discovery they've been chasing since the beginning. A hidden chamber, possibly sealed for centuries, and perhaps still protecting whatever was originally placed inside the Oak Island money pit. And the situation became even more mysterious as the drilling continued. Instead of weakening, the signal actually became stronger the deeper the team went, which suggests something important. Whatever is buried below isn't small, and it's still there. In this video, we're going to examine exactly what the team uncovered in Episode 25, the evidence that wasn't fully explained on screen, and why some experts now believe this could finally be the moment Oak Island gives up its greatest secret. So stay with us until the end, because the final discovery could change everything. It may prove that the legendary treasure of Oak Island was never just a myth. It was real, and the team may have just come closer to it than anyone in history. After 13 seasons of searching, the mystery might finally be approaching its answer. Subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Now, let's begin. According to the official episode description released by the History Channel, the situation on the island has become urgent. With winter quickly approaching, the Fellowship of the Dig is racing against time. They believe they may finally be close to discovering what Rick Lagina has always described as the one thing. For devoted viewers and treasure hunters alike, that phrase carries enormous weight. The one thing is how Rick Lagina has always described the single undeniable discovery that would finally prove the Oak Island legend is more than just folklore. And in Episode 25, it seems the team might be standing right on the edge of that moment. The finale begins with intense action as the crew launches a massive airlift operation inside their T1 shaft. This demanding process uses high-pressure air to clear the bottom of the deep solution channel. The team has faced weeks of frustration leading up to this point. Collapsing casings, solid rock layers blocking their path, and even dangerous underground cave-ins that nearly halted the project entirely. But this new strategy offers a fresh chance. By forcing compressed air deep into the shaft, water and debris can be pushed upward toward the surface. And if luck is on their side, artifacts buried far below could rise with it. "Here we go, airlift time," one crew member shouts, unable to hide the excitement. It's a risky move, but the potential reward could be extraordinary. As the muddy slurry begins rising from more than 200 feet underground, anticipation spreads across the site. Everyone is thinking the same thing. Could this finally reveal the one thing that Rick has spent more than a decade chasing? A teaser clip released ahead of the episode sent fans into a frenzy online after a single sentence was heard during the investigation. "You can see it's hollow. It keeps going." The comment came while the team examined an area beneath the rock ledge that had previously stopped their drilling. Suddenly, it appeared they might have broken through into a hidden void, possibly a chamber or a man-made tunnel that had remained undiscovered for centuries. If confirmed, this could point directly toward the legendary Money Pit, or perhaps one of the mysterious deposit tunnels believed to have been used by whoever originally hid the treasure. The words, "It keeps going," were enough to give viewers chills. Could this empty space be connected to a much larger underground system? A hidden network that has remained untouched for more than 300 years. And just when the discovery of a hollow cavern already seemed incredible enough, something else began rising to the surface during the airlift. During the airlift, something unusual finally surfaced. A fragment of non-ferrous metal, identified as ancient copper. What makes this discovery remarkable isn't just the material itself, but the period it may belong to. As one excited crew member points out, archaic copper like this points to the medieval era. Medieval, that's a huge clue. If that assessment proves correct, this small object could become one of the strongest pieces of evidence ever discovered on Oak Island, linking the mystery to the Middle Ages, a theory researchers and fans have debated for decades but never conclusively confirmed. The presence of medieval copper raises a fascinating possibility. It suggests that explorers from powerful European orders, perhaps the Knights Templar or even the Knights of Malta, might have reached these shores centuries before traditional history says they did. And if they did arrive here, the obvious question becomes, why? Were they concealing treasure of enormous value, or protecting sacred relics far away from the turmoil of Europe? Longtime viewers know that for Rick Lagina, the goal has never simply been piles of gold or glittering jewels, even though no one would complain about finding them. What he has always wanted is something much more powerful, a piece of undeniable historical proof, an artifact so significant that it would confirm, once and for all, that the Oak Island mystery is real. Could this piece of medieval copper be that proof? Or could the real answer lie deeper, inside the hollow chamber the team may have just broken into? Some fans are even wondering if something far bigger is waiting to be revealed, something the History Channel may be saving for the biggest moment of the finale. Judging by the excitement captured in the teaser footage, the discoveries made during the airlift clearly matter. Season 13 has been one of the toughest seasons yet, both physically and emotionally. The crew has faced major obstacles: the dangerous collapse inside the T1 shaft, stubborn bedrock blocking progress around 170 feet deep, and constant technical setbacks. The Fellowship of the Dig has poured enormous effort, resources, and risk into pushing deeper than ever before. But alongside those challenges have come important breakthroughs. Artifacts like a possible 1500s-era pickaxe, precisely engineered stone structures, and now what could be access to one of the island's deepest and most mysterious zones. Because of all this, Episode 25 doesn't just feel like the end of a season. It feels like a turning point. Even though the future of another season hasn't been fully confirmed yet, the discoveries in this finale could open the door to a completely new phase of exploration. If a chamber has truly been reached, and if medieval artifacts continue to appear, There's no chance the team, or the Curse of Oak Island production, will simply stop there. Instead, the search could evolve into something bigger. Rather than asking, "Is there treasure?" the focus may shift to a more fascinating question: who put something here, and why? If that shift happens, this finale may become the moment fans have been waiting more than a decade to witness, because beneath the treasure hunt lies something deeper. For Rick Lagina and Marty Lagina, the journey has never been purely about wealth. It's about legacy, curiosity, and uncovering the truth behind one of North America's most enduring mysteries. Each season has sharpened their determination. Every failure, every discovery, every long day on the island has shaped the story unfolding on screen. And perhaps no episode captures that emotional weight more than this one. When Rick says, "Today might be the day we find my one thing," it carries the weight of years of dedication, decades of speculation, generations of mystery. This isn't just another reality show moment. It's the continuation of a human quest to solve one of the continent's oldest riddles. Right now, the excitement surrounding the latest discoveries is almost electric. A possible chamber, a medieval artifact, and a team more determined than ever. All signs suggest the Oak Island mystery may be closer to unraveling than at any time in the past 12 seasons. This final episode won't just add a few more clues, it could completely reshape what we think we know about the island, about the people who might have visited it centuries ago, and about the legends whispered along its shores for more than 200 years. The idea of uplifting discoveries in the finale has both a literal and symbolic meaning. Literally, it refers to the airlift system pulling debris and artifacts from deep underground. Symbolically, it represents something much bigger. The moment when years of speculation could rise into confirmed history. For the Fellowship, and for millions of viewers who have followed every dig and every theory, that would be a truly transformative moment. Oak Island has always existed in the space between fact and legend. Stories of pirate treasure, Spanish gold, hidden manuscripts, and Templar secrets have circulated for generations. But if the discoveries in this episode truly connect the island to medieval Europe, the entire narrative changes. Oak Island would no longer belong only to folklore. Instead, it would become a historically significant location, one that scholars, historians, and researchers around the world would need to examine more closely. In many ways, Episode 25 could also serve as Vindication. For years, critics dismissed the idea that anything important ever happened on Oak Island. But if a medieval artifact is confirmed, if the hollow space leads to a structured chamber, then every failed dig, every broken drill bit, every exhausting day spent chasing the mystery will suddenly make sense. That's the incredible power of a single object. A coin, a tool, a relic. One small discovery can rewrite history. Another striking element of this finale is the emotional atmosphere surrounding the team. Unlike earlier seasons, where the final episode felt like a pause before the next attempt, this one feels more like a climax. The crew looks exhausted, but also energized. Their focus is sharper than ever. Their optimism is cautious, yet unmistakably real. Instead of talking about someday or maybe, the team is actively uncovering new evidence. And the possibility that they're approaching the original money pit, the center of centuries of speculation, gives the moment a sense of almost historical importance. Even if the treasure itself isn't uncovered this season, the discoveries could still be enough. Because progress on Oak Island has never been simple or straightforward. Every season adds new pieces to the puzzle, introduces new theories, and expands the story further. This final episode, titled Uplifting Discoveries, may become one of the most information-packed chapters yet. Not because it solves the mystery completely, but because it shows just how close the team might be. At its heart, the Curse of Oak Island has always been about more than treasure. It's about persistence, history, legacy, and the powerful human desire to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Marty Lagina, often the voice of practical reasoning throughout the search, studies the data and drilling reports with intense focus. Marty has always balanced Rick's passion with a more analytical approach, but even he can't ignore how unusual the latest signals appear to be. The deeper they drill, the more consistent the readings become. And that changes everything, because if the signals continue pointing toward a structured void, it could mean the team has located something engineered, something intentionally placed beneath the island centuries ago. That possibility brings the entire investigation to a new level. For years, theories surrounding Oak Island have ranged from pirate treasure to lost manuscripts, from Spanish gold to hidden religious relics connected to powerful medieval orders. While many of these ideas once sounded like speculation, discoveries over the past seasons have slowly pushed the story closer to historical plausibility. Stone pathways, ancient tools, engineered flood systems, and now a possible medieval artifact all hint at activity on the island long before modern settlement. If the chamber theory proves true, it could mean that the people responsible for the Oak Island mystery possessed advanced planning and engineering knowledge, creating a system capable of protecting something underground for centuries would have required extraordinary effort and resources. That raises an even bigger question. What could possibly be important enough to justify such an elaborate construction? Some researchers believe the answer could involve religious artifacts transported across the Atlantic during turbulent times in European history. Others suspect priceless documents, royal treasures, or even items connected to secret societies. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear. The story of Oak Island is far from ordinary. For the crew of the Curse of Oak Island, every discovery is another step toward uncovering that story. Over the years, viewers have watched the team battle storms, equipment failures, and underground hazards. Yet they continue returning season after season with the same determination. That determination is what keeps the search alive. As the airlift operation continues, the team understands they may be standing on the edge of the most important breakthrough in the island's long history. Even a small artifact can shift the direction of the investigation, opening new historical connections that were previously impossible to prove. And if a sealed chamber is truly waiting below, then the next stage of exploration could reveal something the world has never seen before. Imagine a space hidden underground for centuries finally being opened. Imagine the first glimpse inside a chamber that might have been sealed by its creators hundreds of years ago. Moments like that are what drive explorers, historians, and treasure hunters alike. But regardless of what lies ahead, the journey itself has already become something remarkable. The search has brought together experts from multiple fields: archaeologists, engineers, historians, and geologists, all working toward the same goal: solving one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in North America. And that is why millions of viewers continue following the story. Because Oak Island represents more than buried treasure. It represents the spirit of discovery, the idea that history still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. As this chapter of the investigation comes to a close, the future remains full of possibilities. New technology, deeper excavations, and continued research could eventually reveal answers that generations of searchers have been chasing since the late 1700s. Whether the ultimate discovery happens tomorrow or years from now, the determination of the team proves one thing: the mystery of Oak Island refuses to fade away. Instead, it continues to grow, and somewhere beneath that island, hidden beneath layers of earth and stone, the truth may still be waiting. So as we reach the end of this episode, remember that every discovery, no matter how small, moves the story forward. Every artifact brings us closer to understanding what really happened here centuries ago. If you enjoyed following this incredible journey, make sure to subscribe and stay with us for the next chapter, because the next drill, the next artifact, or the next scan might finally reveal the secret that Oak Island has protected for more than 200 years. And when that moment comes, you won't want to miss it.